What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, pretty much doing some maintenance on the Z. As you guys can see here, there's a pulley down there, right? And then that pulley has a bolt coming in through the backside that holds that pulley in place with a keyway. So speaking of that bolt, when you come over here and you look inside of my handy dandy ashtray, you'll find the bolt. So that was not good. It pretty much backed out, I guess, with vibrations. So the only really right way to put this back is to take the blower off and go ahead and put it in, tighten it. I bought some Loctite to go ahead and make sure that this doesn't back out ever again. But yeah, that's the first order of business. Second order of business is, since I'm already going to have the blower off, obviously I'm going to reseal it again, and I am going to go ahead and swap out the belt, make sure everything underneath there is looking okay, because I did have a little oil leak that was coming out of here through the silicone. So I'm going to try to do a better job of sealing it up. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up and you guys can see the process. Nothing crazy today, just some well-do maintenance. But if you're going to be having a car like this, it is good to stay on top of maintenance, because if not, shit can go kaboom. And yeah, so alright guys, so I got the blower off. It wasn't anything crazy, just the bolts all around, disconnecting vacuum lines, the intake, and we got all that taken apart. So now I'm going to take off this bottom portion of the blower so that I can go ahead and get access to that bolt, throw some Loctite on it, and make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Alright guys, so I got the bottom portion of the blower off. It looks here that the keyway is still in the pulley, so that's why obviously it didn't fall off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and Loctite the bolt and then slide it back in there and tighten it up. Step is I'm cleaning all the surfaces of the silicone to go ahead and prep it for new silicone for when I put this all back together. And then over here I'm just doing the same, cleaning the inside of this. Had a little bit of gunk, but nothing too serious. So I'm cleaning this out, and once this is all clean and all the silicone is stripped off, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back onto the car. May have to wait till my roommate gets home and put it on. It's just easier with two sets of hands to get it perfectly and not spill silicone all over the place. So yeah, but over here on the car, I did get this bolt in. Let me turn on the light so you guys can see. You see how there's a bolt there now? Yeah, before there was no bolt. So that's got Loctite on it. Let's pray for the best. I tightened the shit out of it, so yeah, hopefully it doesn't fall back out. All right guys, so I'll give you a little walkthrough on my process of how I removed this old gasket. A lot of people have their different ways, but I went ahead and picked up this little plastic scraper. It worked good for like the big parts, but like the nitty-gritty parts, I went ahead and used a razor, a little small razor blade. just be careful so that you don't like super, you know, scratch it or cut a piece out. You just got to be very careful. And then after that, once it's all gone, I like to take like one of these little scruffing pads and just kind of, you know, scruff the surface all around, make sure it picks up any other little thing. So pretty much this is done. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a good wipe down and clean it up, and then once it's all cleaned up, then I'll go ahead and put it back on the car. All right guys, so the next step, I am gonna be doing an oil change on the supercharger. Right here is the drain, so you go ahead and loosen it. Obviously it's a lot easier once it's off the car. So what I'm gonna do is take this bolt out and then pretty much flip it over an oil pan, wait for the oil to drain out, and then flip it back over and put oil in here. And you know it's done by the time you see oil kind of like spurt out. So once it starts spurting out, just tighten it up and you're all good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. What's up guys? So it is the next day. As you can see, I got everything all put back together. I went ahead, did the oil change on the supercharger. I went ahead and tightened that bolt up, put the belt on, got it all resealed. However, I didn't include it in the video, but the first time that I sealed the blower, I used this ultra black silicone, where it's pretty good for like fluids and stuff like that, but I don't think it did the job in the sense of holding in the air. Because when I went ahead and put that on, let it sit overnight, and then I started the car up the next day, it had a huge vacuum leak coming out of the supercharger. So I was like, whatever, let me go back to square one. I cleaned up all the silicone, and then I just went ahead and got the ultra copper one. This is what I used last time. I was just kind of being hard-headed, and I kind of hate how it's orange all around here. And I was gonna try to use that to make it look cleaner, you know, black wouldn't look as bad as orange. But yeah, it didn't seal it properly. So this is what you're gonna need. But yeah, that's pretty much some maintenance on the Z. Yeah, so next weekend I'm gonna be going down to Miami to pick up some new wheels. They're gonna look nice, super nice. I really always wanted a pair of these wheels for my car.